Hey guys, welcome back. So it looks like we have a little follow-up already to the DragonFly Games fiasco. Just an absolute train wreck disaster of a game store that took many pre-orders, as far as I know, all online, and did not deliver on them. But not only did they not deliver on them, it became extremely difficult for customers to get that refund. So as we've seen, even in the comments, on countless threads, on the BBB, we got countless customers out money. We got countless chargebacks that were successful. We have countless people saying that they attempted multiple times to get a refund. 3 times in some cases. Basically have to pester them until they give you your money back. I think someone mentioned it took them 8 months before they could get their money back. We saw lawsuit threats from DragonFly Games to their customers. There was these weird refunds by check because the original, I'm assuming that the original payment methods were shut down or not available anymore due to the fact that the business was crumbling on itself. Someone had mentioned in the comments that they're familiar with the business, that they're declaring bankruptcy, that an employee is buying it. So that might explain some stuff that we'll see here. But in the end, just don't overextend. If you're a business, make sure that money's set aside so that you do have to provide refunds. You need to have a float. You need to have a lot of money to open a game store, to operate efficiently and effectively, just in case you don't get the product. There were many excuses, including that the virus. It's not an excuse. The majority of the time that the business was run, apparently they bought this from another individual, and then looks like they ran it into the ground. It was during that time. So that's not a good excuse. You have to operate in a means or in a way that allows you to get everything done, to fulfill any promises. If you have to reduce the amount of promises that you make, sure, do that. If you have to reduce the amount of pre-orders, you can't rely on pre-orders, especially not in this day and age where they're not guaranteed. You knew they weren't guaranteed because they weren't guaranteed over and over and over again, but you kept taking pre-orders over and over again. So clearly not business savvy. Just all around bad. So the website here, one of the excuses, the website was down for maintenance. I think the only thing worse than making it difficult to get a refund for your customers is just pretending that you're not going out of business. Maybe making it sound like, oh, it's going to be okay. We're not screwing anyone over, and then just jumping ship. So as we can see here, still down for maintenance. What was it? February 22nd when they announced it. I don't know how long before that it was actually down, but it's still down. I don't think it's ever coming back up unless new ownership, if that employee is actually buying it. I have no way to verify that exactly, but if they reopen, I would hope that they open under a different name. And if it's an employee, hopefully the employee isn't as bad at running it as it was run currently. So here's their tweet. This is the tweet that came out today. They say, and they didn't post this on Facebook or anywhere else, so I guess if you don't use Twitter, you're boned. Or I guess if you don't watch YouTube, if you don't watch Rattle Pokemon, you might not know this occurred. I know the boys and girls in the Discord were quick on this one. Had that posted in there right away. Join the Discord if you haven't already. A lot of this stuff is just experience, stuff that you can avoid. If you're unsure about anything like this, just ask in the Discord. Chances are you'll get some good advice. Don't listen to Jaron. For the love of God, don't listen to Jaron. Sorry, Jaron, if you're watching this. So they say and this is like 75 chain tweets. You would think that they'd just put this on their website maybe, but no, they took to Twitter. The long-awaited announcement. First of all, let us start by apologizing to all of you for the long silence from us, whether that be phone, email, or here on Twitter. The difficulties we have faced the past 6 months have heavily affected our staff, both mentally and physically. Don't try to twist this around that you're the victim. All you had to do was take people's money and give them what they bought. You set the prices. Just don't overpromise what's going to come in. The first time it happens and you don't have the product to fulfill all the orders, stop. Just stop. Just even if it gets to the point that you can't take pre-orders. Or you have a list. You have a wait list and they pay for it when it comes in. But you probably didn't have the money for that. Should also mention that I guess the Facebook posts all got blocked or locked, whatever you want to call it, so that people can't comment on them. Because there's a lot of upset people. There's a lot of people out money. And I think at the end of this video, maybe we'll go through some of the reviews. At least skim through them quickly. Unfortunately, we lost many of our staff for various reasons. How much staff do you have? Some sites indicate you have 1, some say 6. And you shouldn't have 6 employees in a tiny game store. And that severely limited a lot of what we could do in the way of communication. Well, I imagine a lot of them quit because they knew that the business was failing and closing. But we still apologize for the radio silence. No, you've done it over and over again. It's just in a different fashion this time. It hasn't been intentional. It was intentional. You could have easily made a statement. You didn't have to lie about the site being down and, it's coming back up any day now, guys. It wasn't. I don't believe for a second that it was. Maybe you thought that it was. I don't think it was. As many of you guessed or somehow know, DragonFly Games has been going out of business due to various issues, none of which we are able to discuss at this time. We officially closed our doors Sunday before last. For many, this must seem like well-deserved karma, but to us, it is a heartbreaking situation. No, you let it get out of control, you hit everything, and it made it worse. I would feel bad if for some reason you couldn't pay the rent, but you were an honest game store that was filling orders, that was making it easy for transactions, that you just couldn't get enough product. But all the pictures show that you had lots of product on the shelf. So just sell locally, and then if you have excess, then sell it online. We did our best despite the many issues that hindered us. We're blaming Cove, allocation shortages, shipping delays, etc. But it wasn't enough. Our staff worked hard for you and our community until they couldn't anymore. I don't believe it. The issues became too much. We never meant for any of our customers to feel cheated, scammed, or taken advantage of. Yeah, but that's what happens. You just sweep it under the rug and hope that people, how many people are just not going to go through the hassle that you've created in order to get a refund? We promise, for whatever weight that may carry, that we wanted nothing more than to support the community that we love and we ourselves are a part of, our local community, both for our main store and for our Shaw AFB location, are feeling the loss. I didn't even know there was a second location. Maybe that's where the other employees are from. The members of our staff that held on till the very end did so out of love for the nerds who walked through our door. Yeah, what about all the nerds online that ordered from your site when you had unlimited, or what people are telling me, unlimited pre-orders for something that you knew you weren't going to get? So you can't just bank on the fact that oh yeah, maybe a second wave will come and we'll get enough, and people will be okay with us just holding their money or spending their money until it shows up. But most of you here on Twitter don't really care about that. Okay. You want to know when you'll get your refunds for pre-orders that never came through. Yeah, it should have been a long time ago, and it should have been the first time they contact you, and it should have been through the original payment method that they used. They shouldn't have to do anything other than call you, say, hey, is my stuff in? You say no. You say, would you like a refund? And they say yes, and you take care of the rest. At this time, we are working with a third party who will be taking over the legalities from here on out. So you're just going to pass it on. I don't know if there's anyone in the comments, anyone that would like to speak to this in terms of bankruptcies. Do these customers get a full refund? Is there only so much? Does someone buy the debt? Someone has to sort it out. How long is this going to take? Versus what should have been instant. You should have instantly had the option. Yes, if the transaction takes a little while to reverse, sure, that's forgivable. If it takes a few days, whatever. But at least initiate it on the same day that someone requests a refund. They will be responsible for ensuring that those who are owed refunds get them. We are so sorry that you have had to wait so long and that you have to wait a little longer. Man, there's stuff that's like ages ago. But please rest assured that you will get your money back. Hopefully. I sure as hell hope so. And hopefully they learn a lesson in terms of pre-orders. As soon as we're able and allowed, we will post that third party's information for you to contact them regarding refunds. Again, we apologize. Should we like sit here and wait for that, or is it going to happen? Is the third? You don't have any more information that you can provide about the third party? Again, we apologize for the inconvenience you have all experienced, and we thank you so much for the patience you have had. No, they shouldn't have had any patience. After you didn't refund, like after someone asked the first time, or the first time you made it difficult for them, then they should have had zero patience. Unless there's some kind of slip up or whatever, I get it, but this is everyone. This is everyone that pre-ordered stuff. Or near everyone that pre-ordered stuff. We're going to see that later. It's just countless review after review of my items were not shipped. Just please remember, our staff fought for you. No, they didn't. And if they did, maybe there were some staff there that you put in a very bad spot and they had to deal with angry customers all the time because you didn't have the money to pay people back. I can't imagine being like the salesperson at a store where everyone's angry because they purchased things that they didn't get, and you have to like skirt around whether or not they can get a refund right away, whether they get one at all. You have a website that goes down. You have their whole day. How do you make money when your whole day is just constantly taking calls for refunds? And when you don't resolve it, they're still going to get more calls. Then you have to go online and you're wasting time replying to these reviews and trying to solve these issues rather than actually just working on growing the business and running it properly. So it just snowballs. Like you just completely shafted people from the beginning, and then shafted every time there was a release. It wasn't even just Pokemon. It was other stuff too. They worked to fulfill as many orders as they could with limited stock. No, that's on the management side. So whoever placed the orders, the owner of the company, should make sure that the orders placed were realistic. And if there was an issue with the first set or the first product that happened like this, that's when you say, whoa, guys, we got to stop taking pre-orders, or we have to dial them way back and wait until we have the actual number before people can pre-order. Yes, it's tempting to get all the sweet, juicy pre-order attendees from all the people that are FOMOing their buns off. But you got to wait. You just all you have to do is wait and find out how much you're getting, then allow people to pre-order. And it sucks for a lot of the customers that want a lot of product, including myself, but they have to set their expectations to something reasonable. If you have to limit, if you know that you're not going to have enough pre-orders, then you limit like 1 per person, 2 per person, whatever you have to do so that you can sell it all. But at the same time, it's not all just going to one person and no one gets anything. They made it possible for us to provide what refunds we could. What? If the money was all there, it would have been easy to process all the refunds. the money probably wasn't there. Whether it was spent on other stuff, whether it was spent on bills. It looks like, I don't even know how many employees there actually are, but if they're spending their entire day not making money and just dealing with the mess that was made on the back end, it should have been closed long ago. And they never stopped hounding upper management until the very end. Well, I would imagine. It's like opening a McDonald's, but you don't have any beef. You're just like, people come in, they prepay on the mobile app, and then you tell them they don't want to get a refund. They just get an empty box. They're deserving of your respect. I don't think anyone's ever hated on any of the employees. I think it's more the ownership and the game store itself. Anyone that is an employee and didn't have like direct involvement in ownership or anything like that, I can't imagine there's any type of scenario where these people are online fighting for your store that's just took money from people and didn't deliver what they offered. So with heavy hearts and more apologies than we could ever hope to utter, farewell. May you always roll crits and draw combo pieces for days. Oh, how quirky. Very cute. So here we have the buzz file for DragonFly Games. And we got a little bit of information. It says employees here 6. So I don't know if that's the 2 locations. I don't know if they're real employees. It might be a scenario like the Marks Cards thing where they're not real employees, but they might be getting paid or something. $264,000 in revenue across 6 people. Not spectacular, especially if that revenue is money in without actually purchasing anything, at least to the extent that it was. Pretty ridiculous. We have DragonFly Games on the BBB, in which it says years in business 1. So I guess it was a game store before that. Purchased from someone. Number of employees 1. So I don't know if the employees are just not registered on here. You would think that if they're registered as a business, they would have to declare how many they have, but maybe not if they're part-time or something. Hard to say. But here we go. 27 customer complaints. Never-ending wall of complaints. So we'll read through a few of those, and then we'll call it a day. I don't know if there's still a method to charge back. Then I suggest people do so. But hopefully someone can enlighten us on the how that works with the third-party company. If you actually get a full refund, if someone's buying that debt, whether or not you get a full refund or you might get a partial refund, how long that could take. It could be an absolute nightmare, ongoing thing. And then how many people are just going to, they don't have the time to deal with that. So they're out a few $100. So, complaint type, delivery issues. My girlfriend and I pre-ordered some. Here we have delivery issues. I placed an order back in June 2021 for a new trading game product that released in August. Desired outcome refund. Delivery issues. I placed a pre-order for 2 it's got to be ultra premium, Pokemon Ultra Premium collections and figurine collections. Desired outcome a refund. Here's in 2022. So you can see there's still a lot that are coming in, even just recently. Delivery issues, 2 separate pre-orders. Again, desired outcome refund. Delivery issues, pre-ordered, especially with the Ultra Premium collections, which should have never been set to pre-order. This is, I think, they probably, I don't know how much they charged, but I imagine they got pretty greedy on this. Stores, any that I've talked to knew that they weren't getting a lot of Ultra Premium collections, but the price of them was so high that maybe they took the bait. They were like, oh yeah, we'll totally be able to get some of those. And then they never did. Here's another delivery issues. Ultra Premium, another Pokemon one. Desired outcome billing adjustment. We have delivery issues. Neon Dynasty Collector booster boxes from, here's another like really highly anticipated, highly demand, and something that went up in price. So people would have been pre-ordering, desperate to pre-order from somewhere. Maybe they don't take the time to look up the fact that the business that they are ordering from is not going to ship it to them because they probably can't get it. Delivery issues. Pre-ordered 2 hobby boxes of trading cards in November. $223. Desired outcome refund. So they just even gave up on replying to these complaints from the Better Business Bureau. We got another premium, a lot of premium collections. So even then, it was booster boxes and everything else too. So I don't know if these were like the biggest issue. God knows how many ultra premium collections they sold. 2 orders, cards, August 2021. And here they are in 2022. So it's not like something that was like, oh yeah, the pre-order didn't come in. We might get some more, so we'll just wait and we'll contact the customers with that as an option. It's not. It's like they were gonna let it ride as long as they could. Delivery issues, refund, billing adjustment. I want a refund in full. Refund. Is that June 2021? Refund. So here we have, I had pre-ordered a product in August 2021 that was released on October 22nd, 2021. After not receiving the product, they say, hello. Thank you for your patience in the matter. Thank you for your patience in the matter. The customer has been refunded for his order. It should take 3 to 7 business days to return to his account. Customer response. 7 days later. Still waiting refund. No confirmation of funds being returned has been received. Desired outcome finishes the job. We have another pre-orders. More pre-orders. It seems like the biggest issue is pre-orders. Don't take pre-orders if you are not savvy enough to take pre-orders. There's people that are like, oh yeah, but they don't know how much they're going to get. Don't take pre-orders. If you don't know how much you're going to get, don't let people pre-order it. Because what happens if you don't get it? What happens if you don't get it over and over and over again? This happens. So here, hello, we are currently working on getting more of that product in. It is taking a bit longer due to shipping crisis that happened in December. So here's another excuse, separate excuse. We are working on getting more of the product in for the customer's order. What product was this? It does not say, but desired refund. Oh, here's a big response from them. Refund delivery. See what product it was. We can't see. We have DragonFly Games response, contact name and title, owner, what? I guess they're giving them the contact information at this point in time so that they can talk to them. Hello, we do apologize for the late response. We had trouble locating Mr. So-and-so in our orders. He sent the orders numbers to our communication expert here at DragonFly Games. It appears that it was under when the orders were put in, but we thank for providing us with the additional information. We are currently experiencing issues with getting refunds out in a timely manner. We are working on resolving the issue as quickly as possible. As the issue that there's not enough money. If the customer would not like to wait to resolve the issue, we understand if he performs a chargeback, we will accept it and approve of it on our end. Again, we apologize for the delay and the inconvenience that this something have caused. So it's just like, here they are fighting with people online in the comments. Refund has been processed. here you see some of them got refunded. I wonder too if it isn't a scenario where maybe just so many refunds and chargebacks that maybe the account got locked up and that's why they had to send the checks out. Regardless, hopefully this is a learning lesson for game stores. It was bound to happen. We've seen it to some extent with other stores, but nothing like this. This was an absolute train wreck. It was just like open the floodgate for orders, take as much money as possible, and then like struggled to return the money, whether it was spent on other things. Maybe it was spent on the 6 employees. Maybe it was spent on other games. Who knows? I can't imagine the overhead is very high, but at the same time, it's if you don't have a steady stream of stuff being sold, if you don't have local stuff, if you don't have people in there buying your drinks and food and whatever, it's not an easy thing to run a brick and mortar. So maybe it just snowballed from there. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Join the Discord again, and see you tomorrow. Maybe we'll take a look at a certain marketplace that is liquid. Bye.